My drunk ex showed up before his wedding. Should I expose him? So, this happened a while ago, about 5 years after I broke up with my ex. I'm a 27 years old woman, happily engaged to the man of my dreams. But one night, things got really weird. It was around 10 at night when the doorbell rang. My fiancé answered it, and there was my ex, completely wasted. Apparently, his bachelor party was happening in my city, and he decided to see me. He started sobbing, saying he couldn't believe my fiancé was real and just generally being incoherent. We brought him inside because he didn't seem dangerous, and then he proceeded to throw up in our bathtub, and I had to hear how he was still hung up on our breakup, how he thought we could have made it work, and how much he regretted treating me poorly. After another round of that, he called an Uber and we made him promise to text when he got back to his hotel, just to make sure he didn't, die or something. We even fed him waffles and coffee to sober him up a bit. The whole thing left me feeling icky. So, I started wondering if I should contact his soon-to-be wife. Or maybe I should call him and encourage him to tell her himself. Or should I just forget it and chalk it up to a bizarre story? A lot of people online suggested I put myself in her shoes and ask if I'd want to marry someone like that. I agreed I would want to know, but I'd also prefer my partner to tell me themselves. But then, would he tell her? Telling her myself risked coming off as petty, but at least she'd be warned. Ultimately, I decided contacting the bride directly wasn't the right move, since we weren't friends. Instead, I messaged his sister, who I was friends with. I basically told her that her brother showed up at my door drunk and distressed, and that she should check on him. She thanked me and apologized, saying he'd been acting a fool for weeks leading up to the wedding. She asked if I was okay and if he had gone back to his hotel, because they couldn't find him. I told her he had Ubered home and texted us when he arrived at his hotel. She thanked me again, and that was that. Except it wasn't. His sister called me again because he didn't show up for the wedding and no one knew where he was. So, telling the fiancé was now out of question. Later, I found out that he bailed completely. He decided he didn't want to marry his fiancé, and days later he called to break off the engagement. After his sister and I spoke, his ex-fiancé got in touch with me, and she was furious. Apparently, the best man told her that he came to see me. At first, she thought we had slept together, so I spent some time talking with her. She was very upset. She apologized, I apologized, and I wished her the best. Then, I got a call from his sister again. Turns out, he ran off to France. And, get this, he stole one of my lipsticks. I didn't even notice it was missing, but he admitted it to his sister. She sent me money through one of those payment apps to buy myself a new one. I told her not to worry about it and asked how she and his ex-fiancé were doing. Apparently, everything was a mess, and everyone was mad at him. I didn't really want to know any more details. Our best guess is that he grabbed the first thing he knew was mine that was small enough to fit in his pocket.